Good morning, Anbal. In the today's class of non-destructive evolution, we'll be discussing the magnetic testing process continuation towards the yesterday's class. So in that, we'll be recalling this methodologies, how the magnetic field distribution and the intensity ranges will be getting increased. The first classification towards the field generation is and the longitudinal field, the direction of this longitudinal. When a long component is magnetized, obviously towards it is limited towards the short length. So wide range of length is not at all accessed in the case of this longitudinal field. And the material within the solenoid, nothing but the electrical generation, field generation will be progressing. And this occurs because of the magnetizing force diminishes with increasing in the distance from the coil. So here the pictorial representation clearly specifies the electrical connectivity and the core as the material which is magnetized and will be inserting underneath it, and based upon the electricity passage through the core material, the field will be getting generated in between this electrical passage and the magnetizing ability. The field will be getting circulated towards it, and throughout the material the examination process will be considered for the case of defects identifications. For the case of defects identification. And the second thing it is the circular fields. So indeed, to identify the internal core of the objects, the core finishing of the objects, for majority of the tubular shaped structures which will be utilized for material flow at the underground systems, and the current carrying conductor will be placed within the tubular shaped material, which we need to examine upon developing the circular field within the tubular shaped objects and examining the entire specifications such as internal surface finishing or else any of the cracks that are being identifying in it or not, and even the defects that are observing in the case of solidification process that has been commenced in a perfect agitation or not. So indeed, to examine the process, magnetization plays a major role, and even the demagnetization also plays a major role after completing the inspection process to the particular workpiece. So this is the effect of magnetization leads to an different variations in the compass levels, which the field will be existing to a particular frequency level on the object, and the interface with the electronic equipment will leads and malfunctioning if the object has not yet demagnetized after completing the inspection process or inspection process. So demagnetization is also one of the major condition has to be taken a clear cut agitation for the normal environmental conditioning of the objects or regular usage as per the environmental conditions. Because our subject expertism is the non-destructive evolution without changing the specifications of the specimen, either geometrically or physically, or by its mechanical properties oriented also. So without having the major changes, the examining process will be considered. So initial step is magnetization. Next one is application of the input criteria for examining. The third parameter it is passing of electricity so that the field agitation will be getting generated within the object which need to be measured, and by that we came across the entire examining process over the objects, either of the ferrous kind of objects, non-ferrous kind of materials, ceramics or polymers, whatsoever it may be the materials are. And majorly after completing the examining process, in the case of this welding process, it should be demagnetized because the abrasive particles will create a work agitations, and that should be resisted by the particles very much clearly. So what is the process or removal? How the removal of this magnetization or demagnetization will be happened? So by heating the material to an above Curie temperature for an low carbon steels, that is 770 degrees centigrades of temperature, and again nothing but a phase transformation level of temperature that need to be considered, and recooling back to its normal range of temperature so that the residual stresses which are produced by accepting the electrons upon magnetization will be relieved if this heat treatment process is considered. And by passing the AC current towards the negative polarities, entire the magnetic process can be demagnetized. So while magnetization process, we have connected the polarities positive to the north pole and negative to the south pole. So by changing the polarities, that is negative to the north pole and positive to the south pole, obviously the demagnetization effect will be taking place because the backflow of electrons will be taking place, and by that the conditions at the range of original strategy will be occurred. So next thing, how this testing process will be involving, will be having a detailed look here. It is a fast analysis process and very much easily process which is applied on the part indeed to identify the surface level cracks or defects and even the underneath level of the surface level cracks which are existing. Most probably the magnetic fields and small magnetic particles will be laminated in the form of a powder on particular materials, and the electricity is passed over it and examine these structures. And particularly related to the ferromagnetic materials, it is very much easy, and magnetization concept clearly observed by these ferromagnetic substances. So good acceptors, we can conclude that is an good acceptors for magnetization concept. And even the underwater inspection, that is nothing but the sublevel surfaces, also can be clearly examined in the industrial sector for extraction of crude oil, which will be elevated with the pipelines arrangements under the sea level. That is an will be calling as offshore systems. Offshore systems. Actually, this is the live process that is being performed in the Gulf countries such as Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, in such areas, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, in such places, this is a concept that is lively progressing by utilizing this magnetic particle testing process. The basic principle of operation here it is considering two non-destructive testing methods, that is an magnetic flux leakage testing and visual testing. So the visual testing, magnetic flux leakage testing in the sense exhibiting of the or developing the flux upon magnetization concept. So far we have been discussed. And in the case of this visual testing in the sense increasing the electrical capability on the magnetized objects which we need to measure, and the rippling activity plays a major role. That will clearly examine the cracks identified on the surface levels and even in the subsurface levels of the objects. See here, for the case of this bar magnet, which is displaying on the screen, having two polarities, North Pole and South Pole, indicated with red color towards the North Pole and the blue color towards the South Pole. At any place that the magnetic line of force exists and enter the magnetic poles in one side and exhibits towards the other side, depending upon the polarity of electrical contact we have been supplied to it. The positive supply has been given to the North Pole, and at the South Pole will be negative and exhibiting the core alignment concept here, and due to the indulgence of the electric field towards it, the magnetic field, the electrons will be accepted by this magnetized bar and the field will be getting generated. So that field has been displayed here. Obviously it's an elliptical orbit, and but as per our theoretical part, it is will be considered as an circular field generation point. Circular field generation point. So if there is any cracks identification over there, the flow of electrons, which is visualizing to our naked eye, that is nothing but moving of those abrasive particles which have been settled on the surface layers will deviate its direction at the crack positions. That can be visible to our naked eye. So we have already discussed that there's two different identification points, that is flux leakage testing and visual testing. So that is the condition occurred in the visual case of testing. If the abrasive particles are applied or laminated on the surface levels, obviously those particles will deviate its direction upon passing of the electricity on the magnetized objects over the magnetized objects. This is the one part. The second part here it is, when the bar magnet is broken, at the point of these broken levels, the polarities will be getting changed. Have a look at here. This is the North Pole, South Pole. and polarities will be getting changed at that particular place, and field will be getting varied, and diffraction of its field will be energizing at that broken area, and that field will be existing the north pole and re-enters at the south pole. That will be existing and re-entering at the south pole back again, and this is called it encounters, this is the gap that encounters and creates the crack that may be happened due to the external force involvement or repeated load conditions, or any of the air gaps or cracks or voids that has been generated during the filling process of or in the casting process. And when such a field has been spread out, that is the leakage out of the material, and we can clearly examine that due to the field variations, and when it has been connected to our oscilloscope, the readings or notations or wave fluctuations will be very much high at the projected areas where the electrons are exiting at this pole and entering into the next pole, will clearly deviates in its position in an peak and a trough values, thrust and trough values, peak and valley levels. See here, in an iron particles, when these iron particles are sprinkled on the cracked magnet, as it has been uh, clearly displaying in the green color oriented, the small abrasive particles which has been sprinkled on a cracked magnet, the particles will be attracted to and cluster not only at the poles but ends of the magnet also. So at only those two places will be getting attracted towards its two ranges, and but the field will be getting varied upon its vibranting of levels, which can we see or visualize in CRT screens. And that field will clearly examine that even at the end points of those two also clearly specifies the deviation within the magnet occurred. Nothing but here the cutting has been taken place, and this one polarity and this another polarity. The deviation among these two polarities also clearly can be examined. And the depth of considerations as the deep progress has been taken place, and what are the geometrical specifications towards this crack can clearly examine because of its length oriented, depth oriented, and breadth oriented. So on almost all three-dimensional accessories, it can be clearly examined by utilizing this magnetic particle testing process. So in the industrial sector, coming to the industrial sector, indeed to find the surface defects very much rationally or quickly, what is the process that need to be aligned and procedure will be seeing in the hierarchical strategy here. So what is the hierarchical strategy that is need to be maintained, that is maintained for clear cut observing? First one, the surface preparation. So as we have been discussing the liquid penetrant test, it should be pre-cleaning, pre-cleaned, and post-cleaning also required for some of the objects after completion of the entire process also. Laminate process. So pre-cleaning, applying the laminate, removing the excess laminate, and applying the abrasiveness and identification of the cracks and cleaning of the objects. So that is the process considered in the case of liquid penetrant test, as we have been discussed in the previous classes. And simultaneously for this process also, we are having a particular procedure for operation. First one is surface preparation. So here the surface preparation that leads a clear cut vision that is related to the type of materials we are being utilizing. So if at all the ferrous content of materials has been utilized for testing process, so directly it can be having the magnetizing properties, magnetic properties in it, and directly it can be processed by minimal precautionary steps taking. And next one, if at all the non-ferrous content of materials are existing, then the magnetizing concepts need to be followed, and the surface should be prepared indeed to cope up or coincide or getting ready for the process. So for that, the initial magnetization is necessary. Next one, magnetization application. So application is nothing but we are having different techniques for magnetization. So depending upon the type of materials, the techniques are getting varied to a particular frequency levels, because electrical conductivity materials will be existing and non-conductivity of the materials also will be existing, and a moderate kind of materials are also existing in our environment. Depending upon that, the type of technique will be utilized for magnetization over that particular particles. And identifying, upon identification, the markings will be done on the experimental process where the defects are being existing, and later on, after marking the defects, entire the object need to be demagnetized of all ink formations on the entire components. And after the demagnetization, the results need to be captured. So results in the sense, a type of results of the geometrical specifications of the objects, to which depth or to which length or breadth, geometrical specifications as a material specifications are getting varied, or its mechanical properties. If there is any changes in the mechanical properties, those also can be examined clearly. If there is any physical properties that are existing, those also can be clearly observed. And what are the changes that are being occurred, that by the loading conditions and unloading conditions can be detailedly examined here. And those results will be having a documentation. So why this documentation is necessary? For our convenience or clarification section. So clarification section in the sense, for the rectification process. For our rectification process, indeed to have the type of remedy to be utilized, nothing but type of heat treatment process to be utilized, or to select the documentation results plays a major important role. So we'll be discussing one by one in the process what is meant by the surface preparation, initial magnetization, actual magnetizations, and where we'll be utilizing this magnetic particles. If at all, the ferrous content of materials in the sense magnetization, to a short level, it is sufficient for identifying the entire properties of the material. As we all know that ferrous content of materials are good conductors of this magnetic field upon passing this electrical power supply. So coming to the first point here, surface preparation. So surface preparation in the sense, frequently we will be observing for any kind of the ferrous content of objects will be when it has been exposed to the normal atmospheric conditions, the oxidation process will be taking place and rust will be formed on the first layer, and it should be getting removed, and the part need to be get ready with the contamination of the ink on it. So only at the point of examination, the ink will be getting applied over the surfaces. And the paint, if at all, is there any paint that has been agitated or composed with the different layers on the parts which need to be examined, that should be removed by providing the contact areas for current flow, because these will be acting as a conductors or limiting of the electrical flow. Nothing but electrons of flow movement will be getting obstructed if this weights has been existing. So that should be removed. So here the two parameters we have been observed. Indeed, to examine the any kind of objects, either it may be of the ferrous, non-ferrous, ferromagnetic substances, or ceramics, or polymers, whatsoever it may be the objects. For our appearance or glance, we'll be giving the painting activity. So, indeed, to examine the operational process, that paints need to be eliminated. And if the part is ferromagnetic substance, when it has been obviously will be utilizing the object in normal atmospheric range of conditions. So oxidation will be getting taken place. So indeed, to stop the rusting formation, the paintings activity will be getting, so that has to be get removed. If at all the rust has been placed, that has to be get removed. So it is an initial surface preparation for testing and initial demagnetization. So demagnetization and magnetization. So magnetization in the sense inducing of the magnetic properties either of the direct source or indirect sources for the passage of electrical concepts for conducting of the electricity. So why we will be conducting this magnetic field? We need to examine the finish surface finishness and underneath the surface finishing. The next one, initial demagnetization. The components which have been machined on magnetic chunks or handled near the magnetic field has some of the properties that owned towards this on the materials specified. Hence, those has to be demagnetized before moving on to the test. Next, the permanent magnetization, which need to be done for examining the object. Either it may be of direct or indirect method. And application of the magnetic particles. So utilization of these magnetic particles has the high magnetic permeability and low retentivity. And even these are having an attractive way of finding the leakage fields. So when these parts has been identified in the previous slide, also we have been detailedly discussed regarding the abrasive particles, which has been applied on overall the surface levels, and where the crack has been identified, the field will be getting varied or direction of the movement of the electrons will be getting varied, and that will be clearly examined by this magnetic application of this magnetic external sources. So external sources, and by this the low retentivity causes and strong magnetization will be getting achieved, and even clearly can be identified the crack positions also. And based on the current agent, we're having two different types of methods. And first one, it is wet method, and second one, it is a dry method. We'll be discussing these two methods, at what range it will be getting operated, and what are the process that is required in the case of wet method and dry method. Coming to the point of this wet method, these particles are suspended in oil or liquid of thick paste or powder. That's a semi-liquid or semi-solid state level. Generally, the more sensitive in the case of this dry method, hence the particles will be having the more mobility, nothing but the rational movement of its characteristics, and it will clearly identify even the small range of particles which are to be utilized, such as which will be negligible in our visualization, that is around 10 micrometers, such as dust will be utilized and laminated on the surface levels, which will identify the surface cracks very much clearly. And coming to the dry method, this method it is utilized to include the range of particle sizes, clearly examine the size of the particles and its diametric concepts also. And for about up to which 50 micrometers, with respect to these coarse particles, we are utilizing nothing but the fine particles of 150 micrometers, which is far less closed particles, clearly examine the surface finishings at an nanoscale range. Nanoscale range. So it is clearly observed in the case of our microscopes technology only. This dry particle inspection is very well utilized for conducting on particularly the rough surface areas where we feel it towards our sensitive agitations. And dry particle inspection is also detect the shallows at the subsurface cracks also. So underneath of the surface levels, the subsurface levels also, if at all any deviations in the laminating conditions are existing, those also can be clearly observed, or else the layering techniques has been followed at the solidification process also. The entire properties related to under subsurface levels also can be identified clearly. So how it will be visualized? So the magnetic particles of black or red color paste or powder will be utilized, and how it will be getting sensitized by highlighting to our eye. When it has been after applying, when it has been exposed to the daylight, it will be highlighting with respect to those two different colors, either completely black in color or completely red in color. Next one, in the black light, the fluorescent paste or powder will be getting applied, and it initiates with respect to different color pigment orientations upon reactivity. That will be depending upon the type of material we are utilizing for testing conditions. So some will be appearing in a green color, some will be appearing in the yellow color, and some may be in the dark red color. That's in the case of this dry method. So the marking of these defects. So these defects are getting identified with respect to its color pigments in both the techniques. That's either maybe of the wet kind of technique or else the dry kind of technique. So all these indications should be marked after allowing the magnetic particles ink to be drained or disappeared, or else conditions that are removing, utilized for removing the laminates already applied at the surface levels, and these markings will be very much utilized for competing or performing the certain kind of heat treatment processes. Second, next, finally, after removing that, that is what post cleaning, and we can call this particular step as a post cleaning. So initially apply that ink for identification for performing the magnetization process, inducing of the magnetic field and application of the particles over the surface levels. So after completing this, identify the defects upon its cracks identifications by intensifying in different color orientations, and those marks will be getting identified over there on the surface levels, and this ink will be getting done removed by different techniques. It may be of the rubbing technique or recontact oriented technique, etc. Finally, the demagnetization concept plays a major role. That should be getting entire the object should be demagnetized and should capable with respect to the normal atmospheric range of conditions. Generally, this the equipment will be utilized for magnetic particle testing process. So lifting of an entire this rules, and there is any cracks that are being existing towards it, the locomotives parts also, even the rollers, big rollers which will be utilized in our millers and grinders, which will be utilized in an industrial sector, or heavy load carrying devices such as trains, the wheels, manufacturing for trains connectivity. Entire this technique will be getting followed over it. So here, see, the rusting has been framed up already while the casting process has been commenced. So entire this rusting has to be removed as per our sequence of steps. So first one, removing and pre-cleaning activity. Pre-cleaning activity has to be getting done, and only the cast iron material or mild steel material should be elevated towards up, and its property should be remained. And after that, the magnetic property should be imparted or induced into the material for examination, and electricity will be getting passed over it. And if there is any cracks identification, that will be alleviated by the application of those inks. The illuminations will be getting identified with different color orientations, such as small cracks also, which is being displayed out here. Here. So those will be getting marked away, and certain post cleaning process such as making the disappearance of this ink, either water jet machineries also can be utilized, or high pressurized water or nitrogen can be utilized for cleaning the applied laminate, and after getting demagnetized, only the heat treatment processes such as impartation of the material over the or filling accessories of the materials in such areas are accessed. And this is the equipment utilized in the magnetic particle testing process. So this is the process that can be visualized in two different techniques, that is a dry method and wet method, and different magnetic technologies has been visualized. Demagnetizing concepts are also has been discussed, and the process we have been discussed. And in the tomorrow's class, we'll be having a detailed look related to the applications, different applications, advantages and disadvantages regarding the magnetic particle testing process.